Hey, what's up everybody? It's Chris here from chrisducker.com, and today in this very short video I'm going to show you how you can work with a virtual assistant to manage the very large majority of your social media. Now, we all know social media is a little bit of a necessary evil for us entrepreneurs. We've got to be in it to win it, but the fact of the matter is it sucks so much out of our so much time out of our day, and so it's really important for us to become as productive and automate as much of our social media as we can. And by working with virtual staff, that's exactly what you can do. So we're going to kick off straight out the gate with researching and drafting of content. So you can actually have your VA put together things like quotes, gather images and video clips that you might want to post on your profiles. And this should be not just your content, okay? Have a rough sort of 70-30 type rule where 70% of the time you're sharing content from other content creators. You don't have the monopoly on good ideas, regardless of how fantastic you think you are. So alert your audience, engage with your audience to the point of bringing their attention to these other content creators out there as well. And if you're getting your VA to schedule some of this content on Facebook particularly, be sure to use the built-in scheduler on Facebook instead of something like Hootsuite and things like that. For some reason, a few little funky things can go wrong, I've noticed, with that particular schedule feature. So use the scheduler from within your Facebook page if you're getting your VA to set up status updates in advance. Next up is monitoring and engaging with your audience. Now, this is a really important one in today's very social world because, as we all know, from time to time, you might have a negative tweet that pops up. Maybe somebody's purchased one of your products or engaged with one of your services and they're a little upset for one reason or another. Having your VA set up alerts and keywords and then monitoring those alerts and keywords for things like negative tweets, as well as good ones as well, obviously, is great because they can bring it to your attention a lot quicker than you might actually come across those tweets yourself. So super important to do something like this in today's world. And we use mention.net. It's a great service. It's free. I believe up to 10 mentions a day. And what they'll do is they'll actually email you based on the keyword that you provide. They'll email you every day how many mentions they've seen on social channels and blogs and YouTube and stuff like that. As you see here, my keyword is just simply my name. I've had 6 new mentions within that day, and the great thing with mention.net is I can get it on my mobile device as well as desktop via the internet as well. So it's a great service. You should absolutely check it out. Next up is building your network. Now, the great thing here is you can actually clean up and purge some of your accounts. I did this recently with Twitter, and it worked brilliantly and sort of ended up with me having a much more attractive looking social presence. You can also have your VA go ahead and obviously follow and friend and connect with new people within your industry. Maybe you've collected a ton of business cards at a conference and you don't want to individually start following all those people yourself. Hand the cards to your VA or scan them in, take photos, whatever, and go ahead and actually have them to do all that for you. If you're going to be kind of purging your accounts and wanting to clean things up and stuff like that, automate it a little bit with your VA, use manageflitter.com. Another really good service. It is free to a certain degree. If you want to get the pro version, I think it's like $10 or $12 a month. Not a lot of money. Really does allow you and your VA to become super productive when managing your Twitter profile. So check that out. Number 4 is having your VA handle reports. Now, obviously, our return on our investment is what is really important with all of this time. Even if we're paying our VA to do this stuff for us, you want that ROI in place. So make sure you set targets, make sure you hit them, things like Facebook likes, Twitter followers, etc., etc. Number 5, keeping your profiles up to date. Now, as we know, our social media friends like to change their layouts and their profiles, particularly Facebook, very, very regularly. So have your VA monitor those types of things, and you can update your profile with a regular profile image, and then obviously those beautiful cover images, those social media real estate that really allow you to brand yourself properly on your platforms. Next up is managing your Facebook ads. Now, if you are advertising on Facebook, you and I both know you can really target things down when setting up and launching campaigns. The most important thing there, though, is that your VA not only helps you launch those campaigns, but then goes ahead and actually reports on those campaigns after that ad has finished running. And they can then obviously set up split testing with different headlines and images and things like that as well. Unbelievably time consuming, but with your VA on board, you can absolutely have them help you out. Carrying on is creating new pages and profiles. Now, this is really important because if you've got additional businesses and side projects like most entrepreneurs do, you must at least consider having a separate setup for those types of products and services. A perfect example is our virtual staff finder. Everyone knows that they can tweet me at Chris Ducker and I'll mention, or rather answer questions about virtual staff finder, but we set up our own virtual staff finder profile to make that a little bit more specific, and it works very, very well for us. Number 8 is maintaining a weekly planner. This is really important because you can kind of get your VA to work out what type of different content you want to share every day, the different types of media. This is a multimedia world we live in. Written, video, audio, infographics, you name it. It helps to keep things fresh, and all you need to do is set up a very, very quick template like this. Here's an example for you. As you can see, I'm more active on Facebook, Twitter, and Google, so that's where our focus is, and lots of different types of updates such as, success quotes and podcast promos, questions, and all that sort of type of stuff goes on a regular basis. Into the home stretch, running and managing competitions. These are great to build buzz around a launch or a product, update or something along those lines. However, they are very time consuming to set up and monitor, and you can get your VA to do that for you. And very lastly, you can get your virtual assistants. I love this one, to keep tabs on the competition. As we all know, we're in a very, very competitive, niche nowadays. Regardless of what industry you're in, your VA can search for big brand ideas. What's working for the big brands? Let's emulate that. They can like and follow your direct competitors to stay up to date with everything that they're doing and keep tabs on their growth social media wise as well, so you can kind of monitor and see exactly how you're faring up against the competition. So that basically wraps up this short video on how you can work with a virtual assistant to manage the large majority of your social media for you. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. As always, I very much appreciate it. If you want to see the very in-depth written, along with lots of screenshots and all the rest of it, the written version of this video, just head over to chrisducker.com/social media VA. And if you have any additional questions, either leave a comment there or feel free to tweet me at Chris Ducker. I'll see you in the next video.